are the Seattle Irish Dance Company, and at CulturalFest we will be performing a piece that shows a range of Irish dance performance styles, from soft shoe to hard shoe, energetic, fierce, and also lyrical. And even more important, showing the community that can be found in Irish dance. You will see an a cappella piece, which means there's no music, and we are making all the beats with our feet using hard shoes, which have fiberglass tips and heels. And then we will do a soft shoe piece, which is done in a different type of shoes called a gillie. And that is emphasizing movement, leaping, and a little bit of a céilí dance, which refers to a social dance. And really meant, it's been down, I think, history, very historical dance, where it's all about the community, and these céilís are done at every celebration. And then you will also see some hard shoe pieces to some jigs, as well as some reels, which are different types of Irish music styles we dance to.
Irish dance and culture is very joyful, and it's meant to engage community in music and dance, and to be a very social form of art. And we hope that the audience takes away that piece, that they see that we're enjoying ourselves so much and that can join us in that joy.
We will be dancing to a medley of pieces. I unfortunately don't remember the artists' names or the titles, because there's three different pieces, but first we'll be starting off with a slip jig, and this is what is more traditionally done in soft shoes, but we actually will add a little bit of a contemporary spin and adding some hard shoe movements and beats to this soft shoe slip jig music. And then we will be performing a really interesting jig, light jig. That's what the music is called, it's a light jig, and we will actually be performing a more contemporary version and using hard shoes, whereas this is traditionally a soft shoe dance. And finally, we will be ending up with some really joyful reel music, and this is the music that maybe you've heard in pubs, and that you can we hope the whole audience can clap along and really get some Irish spirit.
Yeah, so Irish dance is really tied to Irish music, and it has been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and it's really accessible. And so it originated as just a form of dance that you would have with your family in kitchens or something like that, and groups come together and dance across ages in Ireland. At a pub, you'll see 7-year-olds and 70-year-olds enjoying Irish dance and music, and that history has sort of transformed into a more performance and showy form of Irish dance since Riverdance took off in the 90s, and the art form has just completely elevated since then. And now there's a lot of athleticism and competition side of it as well, which is really pushing the art form in a different direction. But at its core, it's really meant to be a social and accessible form of dance that everybody can enjoy at any age, at any level or experience of background in dance in general.
And I would say, if you were watching Irish dance, you might see that we don't often use our arms. And really in traditional Irish dance, if it's just a solo piece, there are no arm movements whatsoever. If you do see arms, it's us adding our artistic vision, and again, inspiration from the more contemporary river dance, what's being done now. But traditionally, arms, it's all about the feet. So pay close attention to our feet. And if we do have arm movements and group movements, a lot of that is inspired from the céilí dancing, or the social dancing that's done, as you said, it could be done from weddings, birthday celebration, wakes. Mm-hmm. So it's something that dancers who even compete, they also still learn these very traditional céilí dances that have been passed down through generations and have really been established in stone and haven't changed in many, many years. Yes, we like to say we're traditionally trained, but we are contemporary dancers.
Irish dance is really tied to like the Irish resistance movement and like colonization by the British in Ireland for hundreds of years. And the origin of why arms are held at the sides in Irish dance is actually unknown. But one of the stories that's passed down is that the British would tie up the Irish and the Irish would still dance and they would still kind of laugh in the face of their colonizers that they were still finding joy, that they were still embracing their culture, that they were still passing on their traditions in the face of much adversity from their oppressors.
We will be wearing really minimal clothing. We won't be wearing
not
any,
naked.
not like minimal.
Simple.
We're really emphasizing our feet and our choreography. But yeah, traditionally, Irish dancing, the costumes that are worn are often have lots of Celtic knots and a lot of designs pulled from the Book of Kells. We don't currently have costumes that have this, but if you were to go watch a very traditional Irish dancers, you would find them in their classical Irish dance school costumes with very traditional Celtic knots.
Yeah, so visual art is reflected in Irish dance as well through the costumes and telling stories of ancient myths and those very old Irish folklore stories are shown through the artwork on dresses. And then our company is pretty cool. We're women-owned and operated since 2012, and we've grown up together. So when I met Lael in 2012, I think you were like 19, weren't old enough to drink in the Irish pubs that we would dance at. And now we've danced at each other's weddings. We've had, some of us have had children, and Irish dance has been kind of like the glue that has kept us together and something that we find community in as women that love this art form and create a space at any age that we can access it as a group.
So trying to build a space for people to continue Irish dancing after often people stop Irish dancing at 18 or after when they go to college, and so we wanted to build a place that competitive Irish, when they're growing up competitive Irish dancing, they can continue doing this art form. And we've performed at a wide variety of venues. You've gone to Hawaii, Ireland, a bunch of different music festivals.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. So we've had this amazing opportunity to grow as a company and perform at so many different venues, and I think that's been quite eye-opening, and it just gives me a lot of joy that we've been able to share Irish dance with so many different communities. So you can find us, if you just type in CulturalFest Irish Dance Company on Google. We have a really big Christmas celebration performance that we put on with Jeffrey Castle, and we tour around Washington with him. And you will also find us at Folk Life. So yeah, we will be at Folk Life.